everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over new seeds that we've gotten in the mail so far this year. It's only January 3rd, but we've gotten quite a few packages in the mail with new seeds in them, and I'm excited to get those planted this spring. Like I said, today is going to be kind of a seed haul situation, but only for the new seeds that we're going to be planting this year for 2024. So stick around while we go over those. Alright, first and foremost, I am still using the same storage situation, which are the photo organizers that you get. This one specifically came from Amazon. I recently got another one because my collection is growing. I got this one at Hobby Lobby. Some of you recommended going to a craft store to get it, so I went and checked at Hobby Lobby and it was on sale. I think it was like $8 maybe. I can't really remember. But I did get another one and I've only filled up, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I've only done 5 so far in this one, but I feel like I can hone in the organization of the seeds and maybe get some more put in here and lessen the load on some that I've already maxed out. Now, so for the new seeds of this year, we will go ahead and get started with beans. Beans are the first category that we have. The new seeds that we got for beans are, we eat a lot of beans. We like beans and cornbread for dinner. And I figured if I could grow some of our dry bean storage or dry bean supply, that would be great. Because I don't think they're that hard to grow. I could be wrong, but we're gonna see how it works out. So the first one is the Eclipse dry bean. That is gonna be our black bean. I got these from High Mowing Organic Seeds. And they are, let's see. They look like this. They have a little white dot there. So that is our black bean option that we chose this year. The next one is Quincy pinto bean. Those also came from High Mowing. And you can see what they look like there on the package. I'm not going to take one out. It's hard for the camera to focus on a little bean, so we're just going to leave those in there. These are the Silver Cloud cannellini bean. These are from Fedco Seeds. So when we make beans for dinner, what I mean is I soak them and I cook them for a couple of hours, and I put hog jaw on there. You can do bacon or just normal ham, and I add salt, pepper, and garlic powder typically. I can always do a video on that if you want to know how I make my beans, but that is pretty much a dinner staple here in this house, beans and cornbread. And for the cornbread, I've tried to make it homemade, not so great, so we use Jiffy. The original Jiffy, the blue box. It's delicious. All right, so that is the cannellini, Silver Cloud cannellini, and the next one is the Blue Lake pole bean. Now we had a Blue Lake bush bean this year that did really well, and we got quite a few. And we got quite a few beans out of that. We also did the tender green bush bean. But rather than having a bush bean, I figured having a pole variety would provide us with more food. We really like green beans. I put them in pot pies. We eat them by themselves. They go in soups, stews. So I figured having a pole bean green bean would be good as well. So this is the Blue Lake pole bean. Now we will have to figure out a trellising situation for the beans because we don't have one currently, but I have faith that we can figure something out before they need to be planted. See, this one's almost at max capacity, so if I get more beans next year and I decide I like growing the beans rather than buying them dry at the store, I'll need to use that other thing. So, you know. All right, so the next new thing, I did have to get more corn, and I just got the same kind. It's the Natural Sweet from Johnny's. It's not new, so I'm not gonna go over it, but that corn is delicious. You could find me in the garden just eating it on my lunch break. Really, really good corn. The next thing that we got something new of was onions. I did not have success in growing onions last year. I grew the green onions okay, the parade green onions, but our onions did not bulb, and I feel that was due to the variety. Last year I attempted the Texas Grano variety, and this is a short day variety. After doing more research, we're more so in the intermediate day variety for onions, or area for onions. So rather than attempting this short day again, I'm gonna go with, for yellow onions is Scout. These are from Johnny's. This is a yellow onion named Scout. And then this is an intermediate day. And then also I'm gonna go with Monastrell. We'll go with that. This is a red onion. It says that it has a broad harvest window and uniform deep red color. And it stores well for 4 to 6 months, which is perfect for us because we do use a lot of onions, but we don't get to them all that quickly. There's only 2 of us. So, this one's from High Mowing Organic Seeds. And hopefully those turn out well. I am still going to start them inside and then transfer them out as kind of like a set situation. But since they're both intermediate day, I hope that they do better than the Texas Grano, which were short day. You learn along the way, right? All right, for peas, these are not peas that I got in the mail recently. These are actually some that I got at the end of the growing season last year from Botanical Interest, and they are called a Green Arrow shelling pea. They says the plants only reach 28 inches tall, so about 2 feet. So I guess they're more of a bush bean as well. Sorry, bush pea, since they're only about 2 feet tall, but it'll still need some type of trellis. We're still gonna do the sugar ands and the Alaska peas. That's just a big package that I got at Walmart last year, I believe. And then this is something that I tried at the end of the growing season when it started cooling off for fall this year, is the Progress number 9. This is also from Botanical Interest. I went ahead and broke into that at the end of the growing season last year when it started getting cooler, just to see if I could get some peas before the frost. I didn't. They frosted. Shriveled up and died. Well, frosted up and died. All right, the next category, I got a couple of new things. These are peppers. This one specifically I got for seasoning, for spices. It's called gochugaru. And what I'm planning on doing with that is I'm going to grow it to dry or dehydrate and then ground down for a powder, like a seasoning powder, because I hear that they are really tasty on Asian cuisine or just something that you want to add a little smoky heat to. They're not like super hot, but they do pack a punch for a little bit of heat with your food. Okay, the next one I got are shishito peppers. I got these from Johnny Seeds. And I was inspired by listening to people talk about searing them or, you know, blistering them in the cast iron and dipping them in an aioli. They say that's really good, and I'm all about a pepper dipped in a dip. I love it. I love those little lunchbox peppers. Speaking of, that's the next one. I love those dipped in hummus. It's delicious. Why not try it? So I might grow those in like a 5-gallon bucket or something rather than putting them in the ground. Now this one is the lunchbox pepper mix. These are those little sweet red, yellow, orange peppers that I get them at Sam's Club, and I love dipping them in hummus for my breakfast. I eat those before I eat the rest of my breakfast. Is kind of like an appetizer. They're so sweet and so delicious and so crunchy. I look forward to eating them every day. So when I saw these, I said, oh my gosh, I could grow those in my garden and have them whenever I want. So we are gonna attempt to grow these lunchbox peppers. Those will probably go in a 5-gallon bucket as well, just as a little side project there. So that, and oh yeah, let's see. We have the Alpine Poblano from Fedco. Whoops. And the Ancho Poblano from Seeds for Generations. I got 2 of these simply because they were the cheapest that I could find, and you don't get very many seeds. This one says you get approximately 25 seeds, and this one says about 20. And with germination rate being about 50 to 55%, it says, I figured I better go with a couple packs. So got those. Those are both poblanos. We love eating those in soups, and might make a chili relleno stuffed with cheese. That might be something good to try to make. The next one is a Black Magic jalapeno. I got these simply because we are almost out of our Craig's Grande jalapeno, which we planted last year. These were excellent, very delicious. I just didn't have an order placed with Baker Seed, and I didn't want to just place an order for one. So I went ahead and purchased the Black Magic from High Mowing. And these look excellent. You get about 10 seeds, but I still have some left over from the Craig's Grande, so we'll have plenty of jalapenos. I did end up freezing a lot of the jalapenos this year, so I think we have like a total of one pepper left in the freezer, chopped up. The next one is due to me wanting to make my own hot sauce this year. This is the habanero pepper I got from Seeds for Generations. I love hot sauce with habanero peppers. Love it. The little local Mexican restaurant that we go to, they make a habanero, I don't know if they call it a salsa or a hot sauce, but it's delicious. It's my favorite, and I hope to recreate it in my kitchen. Okay, as far as squash goes, this is a replacement for the zucchini that we have. We currently have the what do we have? guess I threw it away. Well, we have a general, oh, we planted the Dunja zucchini last year and it didn't do so great. I don't know if it was due to squash bugs, the temperature, or what have you, but we decided to go with something a little different as far as zucchini goes this year. So while I still have like a generic pack of zucchini, I am going to attempt to plant 2 different other types of zucchini to see which does better as kind of an experiment for our area. This one is called a cocozelle Italian zucchini or squash, if you'd rather go that route. And this one is called the Custa Romanesco. And I've heard great things about this one. Sorry, the first one was from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. And this one is from Seeds for Generations. Yeah, I've heard great things about this one, so hopefully that it proves, I hope that it proves to do well in our area. Like I said, I don't know if it was because of squash bugs specifically or just the temperature, but the Dunja zucchini didn't do great. I mean, we did get a few zucchini, a few squash, but it wasn't very prolific before the squash bugs annihilated it. So, for tomatoes, the only one that I got new, I did reorder some of the Super Sweet 100 and the Sun Gold cherry tomatoes, but the only new one that I got was this one, and it's the Amish paste from Fedco. And this is because the San Marzano tomatoes, they were terrible. They did not do well here. We did not have a good time with those. And I also got the Roma paste tomatoes. So that's gonna make up for the ones that didn't do so well last year. Those grow well in our area. I always see them being sold around here at farmers markets and things like that. So hopefully those do well. That is all I have for, oh, that's not true. I don't know if I had in my last seed haul that we were gonna plant rutabaga and artichoke in our garden. We did experiment with that. The artichoke were planted, they did grow quite big, but not as big as they were supposed to be. They only got to be about 2 feet tall, where they're supposed to be like 5 feet tall and produce a flower that you can eat. It got too cold for them. They weren't adapted very well, so they did freeze, I don't know, probably 2, 3 times before we finally just pulled them up and said, we'll try again next year. So didn't get any artichokes. The rutabaga, however, we did grow a row of those. Got a couple of really big ones, got a lot of little small ones, and we've had probably about 3 or 4 meals out of them. I've roasted them, like diced them up, peeled them, diced them, roasted them up. And we have some in the freezer that next time we need a side meal, I'm gonna boil and I'm going to mash, like mashed potatoes. We really love the rutabagas. They have been so tasty. And I'll show you the ones that we got. Let's see. Here they are. The American Purple Top. They're beautiful. The leaves were really pretty. The fruit itself was really good, or the vegetable. And those are from Botanical Interest. Highly recommend if you have not ever tried a rutabaga. Try it out. I think you'll like it. It's a great alternative for like a side for a meal, rather than having like roasted potatoes or something. It has so much flavor. It's delicious. So, like I said, that is all that I have for food products, like vegetables, for new seeds for this year. I do have a section that I'm going to go into regarding herbs that I have and that I've acquired in the mail. And I'm also going to go into the new flowers that I have. I have a lot of flowers, a lot of seeds at least. We're planning on getting the flowers' own little section outside of the garden for like vining flowers, and I also want a bigger section for herbs because we do use them, or I use them when I cook quite a bit, so I need a bigger section for it. So that's something that we're working on this winter. Since we have downtime and we're not outside as much, we can kind of plan and work and see how we want the garden to go this next year. And I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be great. So we just have to put our pen to the paper and our brains all working together, and we'll get it figured out. But anywho, I'll have a couple of videos about the herbs, I'll have a video about herbs, and I will have a video about flowers. But for now, this is just the vegetables that we have that we're gonna be planting this year. Like I said, not all of them are gonna go in the ground, and not all of them are gonna be a large crop. We're just gonna experiment with a couple of things, put some things in buckets and pots and things. So yeah, just stay tuned and see where we go with all this, and hopefully we get a little bit bigger harvest than we did last year with all the knowledge that we're gaining. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and stay warm out there if you're in a cold area like I am. I am so ready for spring. I really can't wait. I need more sunshine. All right, well, I'm rambling. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you on the next one.